Growth of the Tiger, a tale of survival and majesty. In the dense forests of Sundarbans, where sunlight barely kissed the forest floor, a tigress named Shira gave birth to 3 cubs. The cubs were tiny, their golden fur patterned with black stripes that seemed too large for their frail bodies. Among the trio, one cub stood out, not because of his strength, but because of his small size and timid demeanor. Shira named him Arjun, after the legendary warrior, hoping he would grow into the strength his name symbolized. From the beginning, life was a challenge for Arjun. His siblings, robust and competitive, often pushed him aside during feeding. Shira, though vigilant, couldn't always ensure that Arjun got his fair share. But Arjun was resilient. Even as the runt of the litter, he had an unyielding spirit that pushed him to fight for his survival. As weeks turned into months, the cubs began exploring their surroundings. The Sundarbans, with its labyrinth of mangroves and waterways, was both a playground and a classroom. Shira taught her cubs the skills they would need to survive: how to stalk silently, pounce accurately, and swim through the brackish waters. Arjun, though smaller and less confident, paid close attention. He knew he couldn't match his siblings in size or strength, so he resolved to be smarter. One fateful day, when the cubs were nearly a year old, disaster struck. Shira and her cubs were resting near a riverbank when a rival tiger encroached on their territory. The tigress fought valiantly to protect her young, but the battle was fierce and unforgiving. In the chaos, Arjun was separated from his family. When the dust settled, he found himself alone, the vast forest stretching endlessly around him. The next few weeks tested Arjun in ways he could never have imagined. With no mother to provide food and no siblings to rely on, he had to fend for himself. Hunger gnawed at him, and the cries of predators echoed in the night. But Arjun refused to give up. He used the skills his mother had taught him, practicing stealth and patience. His first successful hunt, a small deer, was a turning point. Though clumsy and inefficient, it filled his belly and renewed his resolve. As time passed, Arjun grew stronger. His once frail body began to fill out, his muscles growing lean and powerful. He learned to navigate the Sundarbans with confidence, mastering the art of swimming through tidal waters and climbing mangrove roots to escape danger. He discovered that his small size, once a disadvantage, allowed him to move with agility and stealth, traits that made him a formidable hunter. But the forest was not just a place of survival. It was also a teacher. Arjun observed other animals, noting their habits and strategies. He learned to avoid crocodiles lurking in the water and how to track prey by their scent and movement. Each challenge he faced became a lesson, and each lesson made him stronger. Years passed, and Arjun transformed from a timid cub into a majestic tiger. His coat, once dull and patchy, now glistened in the dappled sunlight, the black stripes bold against his golden fur. His eyes, once wide with fear, now held the sharp gaze of a predator in his prime. He had grown into his name, becoming a warrior in his own right. One day, while patrolling his territory, Arjun encountered another tiger. At first, he was wary, his instincts urging him to retreat. But as he observed the newcomer, he realized it was his sister, Maya. The reunion was unexpected but joyful. Maya had also survived the loss of their mother and had grown into a powerful tigress. The 2 siblings, once separated by fate, now shared a bond strengthened by their mutual struggles. Together, they established a new territory, a vast expanse of the Sundarbans that provided ample prey and shelter. Arjun, ever the strategist, ensured their safety by avoiding confrontations with other tigers and maintaining a balance in the ecosystem. He became a legend in the forest, known for his cunning and strength. One monsoon season, disaster struck again. A cyclone ravaged the Sundarbans, flooding the land and displacing countless animals. Arjun, now a seasoned survivor, took it upon himself to protect the younger tigers and other creatures in his territory. He guided them to higher ground, his roar cutting through the storm, a beacon of hope in the chaos. When the waters receded, the forest began to heal, and so did its inhabitants. Arjun's actions during the cyclone earned him the respect and admiration of the entire ecosystem. He was no longer just a tiger. He was a guardian of the forest, a symbol of resilience and strength. As Arjun grew older, he began to pass on his knowledge to the next generation. He taught young cubs the skills they needed to survive, sharing the lessons he had learned through hardship and perseverance. His legacy lived on in the stories told by the forest